The study room table in Community has a peculiar and persistent feature, an empty chair. Right there, between Jeff and Annie. The chair is almost always unoccupied. At first glance, it may seem like an accident. After all, what use is a chair that is never sat in? Well, I'm here to tell you that it is in fact intentional. The chair is there for the audience, and you are actively encouraged to imagine yourself sitting in it. The unique relationship between the show and the audience is a trademark of its creator, Dan Harmon. He has always been known for his unconventional storytelling methods, and this is no exception. The empty chair is just one of the many ways in which he blurs the lines between the show and the audience's reality. One of the show's main characters, Abed, or Abed if you pierce, serves as a mouthpiece for Harmon to address the audience directly. Abed is constantly on the verge of breaking the fourth wall, and it's unclear whether he knows if he's in a TV show or not. This blurring of the line between reality and fiction creates a unique relationship between the show and its viewers. In this video, we'll explore the role of the audience and Community, and how the empty chair serves as an invitation for them to be a part of the show's universe. We'll also look at how Dan Harmon intentionally used this technique to create a sense of inclusion for the audience, as well as examine a particular event that disrupted the established dynamic between the audience and the show's characters. If you could subscribe while you're here, it'll mean a lot. We're trying to make it to 3K, so help us out. Right, let's crack on. Community is a show that constantly challenges the traditional boundaries of television. It takes meta-narratives to a whole new level by using characters like Abed to address the audience directly. Abed serves as a surrogate for Harmon, often expressing his opinions on popular culture and television tropes. He even goes so far as to acknowledge the show's cancellation in the 5th season. Through Abed, Harmon creates a direct line of communication with the show's audience. The audience become a part of the show's universe, which creates this sense of inclusivity that is unique to Community. By acknowledging the audience's presence, Harmon is also acknowledging our role in the show's success. Without us watching it, the show wouldn't have been brought back from cancellation so many times, and it wouldn't be getting a movie in the summer. The empty chair is another way in which the audience is included in the show. It's a physical representation of the space that the audience occupies in the show's universe. By leaving the chair empty, the audience is invited to imagine themselves sitting in it and being a part of the study group. The unique relationship between the show and the audience is what makes Community so compelling. It's not simply a show that is watched, it's a show that's experienced. Harmon's willingness to break the fourth wall and acknowledge the audience's presence creates a level of engagement that is really rare for television. The use of an empty chair to invite the audience into the show's universe is not unique to Community. In fact, it's a common ploy used in advertising. If you've ever seen an advert featuring a family sitting around a table, you'll notice how there's usually one chair free. The reason why they leave this empty chair at the table is to make you feel invited, the person watching the advert. It's a subtle yet effective way to create a sense of inclusivity and make you feel like you're part of the group. But the empty chair in Community is so much more than just a marketing technique. Dan Harmon has always been committed to breaking down the traditional boundaries of television. He recognises that TV is not just a one-way communication. It's a conversation between the writers and the audience. By leaving the chair empty, Harmon creates a space for the audience to participate in that conversation. The empty chair also represents the show's core values of community and friendship. The study group is made up of misfits who come together to form a family. They support each other through the ups and downs of college life and create a community that transcends their individual differences. Yeah, even Pierce. The empty chair represents a space for someone new to join that community and become part of that family. In a broader sense, the empty chair also represents the potential for change. It represents the idea that there's always room for someone new to join the group, and bring their unique perspective. It's a reminder that we should always be open to new ideas and new people, even if it is uncomfortable at first, which we will address in a moment.
Not in a way that's, oh, I'm so cool saying you go girl, but in a way that we're kind of winking at it?
Let's talk about Abed some more. He's one of the most fascinating characters in the show. He's a meta character who's constantly on the verge of breaking that fourth wall. But does Abed know if he's in a TV show or not? Or does he simply see his world through a pop culture lens? In some episodes, he seems to be fully aware of his role in the show, while in others he's just like any other character. The ambiguity adds an extra layer of complexity to the show and creates a sense of uncertainty that keeps the audience engaged. The reason why I ask that question is this. Does Abed know that we are sat there? He could be aware that we're sat there in the empty chair. Not all of this is a poem. But he never makes eye contact with us because his social skills aren't great. What do you think? It's possible. While the empty chair in Community is a powerful symbol of inclusivity and community, it can also be a source of disruption when someone tries to force their way into the group. This is exactly what happened in Season 1, when Buddy tried to sit in the empty chair. Buddy was played by Jack Black, and it was a huge cameo for the show. It only happened because Jack and Harmon had a connection. You see, about a decade prior to the premiere of Community, Harmon attempted to make a sci-fi comedy series named Heat Vision and Jack. The show, featuring Jack Black as a titular character, was initially ordered by Fox, but it never made it to air. Despite its cancellation, Harmon's connection with Jack Black remained, and he gave the actor a call to cameo once he got his first big TV show. The reason why we was all uncomfortable with Buddy joining the group, other than the fact that the characters weren't initially fans of the idea, was because it violated the established dynamic between the show and the audience. Buddy was an outsider, and his attempts to force his way in were jarring. We all love Jack Black, but he was sitting in our chair. No wonder we didn't like him. That's where we sit.
Did anyone see Paul Blart Mall Cop? Paul Blart Mall Cop.
The incident highlights the importance of the audience and Community. They are not simply passive viewers. They are active participants in the show. The empty chair is there for them, and when someone tries to disrupt that relationship, tries to sit in that chair, it can be jarring. In the end, the study group decide to let Buddy join the group, only for Buddy to leave and join a different study group with Owen Wilson for some reason. I don't know how that cameo happened, stating that Jeff and his group were only a backup plan. And then he was never seen or heard from again, proving that we are not really privy to most things that happen beyond this group. While the chair represents a potential for new members to join the group, it also serves as a reminder that not everyone can or should be part of that community. By protecting the empty chair, the study group preserves a unique bond that they've formed. So, the empty chair in the study room is more than just a piece of furniture. It's a symbol of inclusivity, community, and the audience's role in the show's success. The chair invites the audience to imagine themselves as part of the study group and creates a sense of engagement that keeps viewers invested in the show's narrative. So next time you're watching Community, glance your eyes over to that empty chair at the study room table. You might just realise that you've been sitting there the entire time.